field looks good.
Yeah, looks like they finally did it.
Sort of.
Yeah. Shouldn't we really turn around by now?
I don't know. Stadium looks pretty nice. Jay?
Yeah?
I think we're on.
Are we on?
Oh,
We're on.
Oh.
Ah, how you doing?
Hi.
They kind of caught us unaware here.
Yeah, we weren't ready, but anyways.
Right. Well, since we're here and the camera's on, I guess we'll start. So, we're here for another season of Somerville Highlanders football.
Generic.
I know, but
It's all right.
you got to do it.
Too, so don't
yeah,
feel
exactly. For those of you who don't know us, shame on you. For those of you who do know us, we need no introduction, but we'll give you one anyway. This is Jay.
And Beau.
And we are the commentators for the new millennium. And we're going to bring you the best cutting-edge comedy / commentating you've ever heard or seen in your life.
Just call us the Millennium Men.
You could do that, but we won't.
Why? Anyways.
Anyway.
Have a nice young team this year.
Yeah, the turnout after last season's winning record, the turnout for apparently tryouts was the biggest they've ever had from what I've heard. And last week they opened their season against Watertown in a convincing victory.
Highlights?
One of the highlights was Andrickson Rivas rushing for, I believe, 223 yards. So performance from him.
Stepping up one notch.
Yep, and of course, a lot of people concerned about where this team's going to go. A lot of the questions surrounding this team.
What are you doing?
I'm protecting the mic from the wind.
Oh.
You want? Anyway, so
I got an idea. Hey, put it down here like this, and that. See, now there's no wind.
I'm not talking to your chest. Anyway.
Well, here comes the team.
Here comes the team, so I guess that's our cue to get down and start commentating. So we hope you'll enjoy this season, and we're going to try to bring you the best we can.
See you in a few. Oh, I guess we can't go yet.
Actually, on an interesting side note, just before we head down, we did invite Jim and Bob to show up here today.
And there's no sign of them yet.
No sign of them yet. And, of course, we'll have more to talk about with those two after what was a very tumultuous season for us last year with them. But, as we said, we will have payback. And we're on our way down to the booth now. I'm sorry, I stepped on Beau's hand. And again. Well, get your hand off the ladder. All right.
Now we're back in the booth. As you can see on your screens, the team this year. That's only a portion of them, though. We're going to go back to our regular seats now, and we're back.
So today's game is against the Cambridge Falcons.
That's right, Jay.
And, of course, this is always a big game, being that Cambridge is right next to Somerville. And the teams have a vast dislike for each other, if you will.
I'd say so.
And a lot of stuff to bring to you today. We're going to try to get to it all. We're going to talk about Jim and Bob. We're going to talk about last season, this season, people to watch out for.
Many returning players this year.
Of course, we're going to bring you the highlights of the game and pretty much anything else we think of. And we have some interesting news.
And what's that, Jay?
Well, we'll get to that later.
Okay. And we're going to start off with the coin toss.
And while we have a free second, we'd like to thank the mothers.
Yeah, the football mothers.
The football mothers, as we arrived at the stadium today, giving us Somerville Highlander football T-shirts. And we appreciate that very much. We wanted to say thank you for that.
That's right. Those shirts and the big sizes, because they know how we are.
Exactly. Oh, when you're as,
well,
how shall I say?
I guess when you're in show business, people notice you more.
Exactly.
I feel pretty good about myself.
Would that make us larger than life?
Possibly.
Okay.
So, Jay, like I was saying earlier, Somerville has many returning players as well as new players.
Why don't you run down some of the players to watch out for we were talking about earlier?
Some of the returning players?
Yeah, some of the returning players who are going to have to be a major force if Somerville is to repeat their success of last season.
Well, at quarterback this year, we have Rob Otterlin, who we're not sure will be playing this game because I heard that he has an ankle injury. But it's possible, seeing that he's out there dressed on the field, that he will be playing.
We'll find out because Rob's a gamer, and he'll definitely show up and play if he can.
We have Chris Mackey back this year. These are just to name a few. We gotta make things like, precise. So J.C. Felice is back out here this year. Andrickson, like we mentioned earlier. Brian Bozzi, strong force. Sal Mendonça, Danny Morales, Brian Bozzi.
Okay, now we got a couple notes
Adam
from...
Ackley.
All right. We're waiting. I believe we just had the coin toss.
And we're going to kick off.
Well, we're going to have the national anthem first, probably. Oh, actually, we probably won't, being that the band is not here.
The band isn't here this year. And like I said, we're going to start off this season right now. Well, the home season, seeing our first game was last week. Let's see what happens. Let's see who gets the ball first.
And as we mentioned earlier, Somerville victorious last week against Watertown, 24-7, defeating the...
Very nice, Highlanders. Congratulations from Jay and Beau.
Yep. Beau, do you have any idea what the nickname for the team from Watertown is?
No, what is it?
I have no idea, but the way Somerville beat them last week, you can just call them the Water Boys.
There you go. Hey, isn't that like the Adam Sandler movie?
Could be, yeah.
Possibly.
Now, as we mentioned, Andrickson Rivas had a big game last week. He
and
carried...
Somerville will be kicking off.
Rivas...
Kicking for Somerville. Number 31, Andrickson Rivas.
Speaking of Rivas, he carried last week 18 times for 223 yards and had 2 touchdown runs of 55 yards and 35 yards. And Mike Canini, another touchdown with a big 35-yard interception return for a touchdown. So, defense and offense, Somerville High has it all. And we'll see if they can continue their run this week.
And here we go with the kick. And a nice kick
off.
at that.
And bobbled by the Cambridge return man, who slides out of tackle, and he's got a lot of room and 3 blockers. One man to beat from Somerville, and he brought him down. The tackle, or the trip, I should say, made by number 31 from Somerville.
And number 31 for Somerville, of course, Andrickson Rivas.
Touchdown saving tackle there.
We do not have a name for it, because once again, the rosters are messed up.
We got to talk to these roster people, because...
It's almost as good as the scoreboard.
It is, but you fixed the scoreboard last year, right?
That's right.
So it should be working fine.
And look on the field.
So here we go, the first defensive play for Somerville this season at Dilboy Stadium. And we're set to go.
QBing for Cambridge will be
number 10.
Wendell Ballard.
And there's the handoff. They tried to run and got stuffed at the line. Absolutely no room for the back from Cambridge to go.
He was taken down by number 83 for Somerville, Wainwright Wint.
The defense for Somerville pretty much returning a lot of their starters, a lot of unity on this defense. The major questions this season have come on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the backfield without McConan or Jason Fusale, who both graduated last year. But Somerville apparently answered those questions in the second half of the game against Watertown, but we'll see if they can continue that role against Cambridge here.
That's right.
As Cambridge still on the offense. And here's the snap. Pitch back.
To number, what number is that?
And again, gang tackled by Somerville. Absolutely no room to move.
That was number 30 once again for Cambridge, and that was Michael Rogers. He was brought down by number 8 for Somerville, Chris Mackey, and a few other players.
So 2 plays from scrimmage, the Cambridge has managed to gain about 1 yard.
Now it's on about the 44. Somerville lining up.
And traditionally, Cambridge not one of your better teams in the GBL. For a while, I believe they went through about 4 seasons without winning a game. So.
Well, Cambridge was.
Although last season.
Our first season with the Highlanders, Jay, Cambridge was a powerhouse, weren't they?
They were on the upswing. Last year, they had their first winning record in quite some time.
Quarterback going for
as
a run.
Did Somerville. And knocked out of bounds, but I believe.
Number 44, 24, and 36 for Somerville. 24, Mike Canini. 44, Brian Bozzi.
And
36,
he
Richie Rodriguez.
May have gotten, yep, and there's those chains. It's a first down for Cambridge. God, it's good to be back, isn't it, Beau?
That was a long summer, Jay.
Yeah, and especially a long summer of watching Jim and Bob make idiots of themselves on TV.
Like always.
But you know what? I think there was a highlight to Jim and Bob's season.
Us.
Yeah, when we showed up and took over their show.
That's when, Jim wasn't there.
So there's the lineup. That's because Jim was afraid we told him we were coming.
Oh,
and there's
that's
the
right.
snap, handoff,
to number 30.
who bowls through a couple Somerville defenders and picks up about 5 yards there.
And is finally taken down by number 83 for Somerville, Wainwright Wint.
Nice carry on first down. And Beau, I heard you received some interesting news yesterday about some former Somerville Highlander favorites.
I'll get to that in a little while, but
Yep, that's part of the
taking it
news.
down, Wainwright Wint, he's a sophomore for Somerville High School,
And I heard he had quite an impressive game last week, too.
coming up off the freshman team from last year. I believe.
Okay.
I'm not positive on this one.
And they line up. Number 10 for Cambridge under center. 78 your center. And there's another pitch back to number 20 this time.
Number 20 being...
Who looks for some room and finds a hole. He has got a lot of room to go, and he's going to go all the way in the end zone. Touchdown,
Reddick
Cambridge.
makes a touchdown for Cambridge.
And after 2 straight plays of stuffing the Cambridge running game, their defense has looked like Swiss cheese, and Cambridge is just slipping right through the holes.
I think Cambridge just smartened up on the Somerville defense there.
Yes, they did.
Somerville getting pretty strong there, but, they found an opening.
Unbelievable. But then again, as we mentioned, Somerville was trailing at the half last week, 7-6. They were losing to Watertown before coming back to win 24-6.
Well, I
7,
guess halftime is like one of the key spots for the Highlanders.
Yep, Coach Gulla definitely a very instrumental part of the halftime speech.
Yes, I wish we had a coach list because we have a couple new coaches on the Somerville.
Yep, and now Cambridge going to line up for their 2-point conversion. And 10 under center. There's the snap. He's
going
still
for it,
got the
but
ball.
no way.
And Brian Bozzi with the tackle. Leg ankle tackle by Bozzi.
And number 31.
Bozzi was not fooled at all on that play. Did not go for any kind of fake handoffs. Anyway.
Now, coming off the line, they're going to switch it up. Somerville High's offense going out into the field.
And Cambridge will kick off now. Something to watch for Highlanders fans was last week against Watertown. Highlanders were unable to convert any of their point-after attempts, which could be a key part of this game. So keep an eye open for that. And the turnout, pretty good for a first game. Pretty good for 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm surprised I'm here.
I'm surprised I'm here.
I'm surprised you're here too. Yeah, I'm surprised you're here too.
Yeah, me too. Well, as you can see on your monitor, there's Coach Matty Quinlan,
For those
Coach Gulla, Coach Burnett. And, don't know who that was. Like I said, we need a list.
well, we'll talk to Coach Gulla maybe at halftime, and maybe we'll remember to ask him.
Time, Jay. Let's see what the score is.
Well, he's always been very gracious with giving us halftime interviews, Beau.
And he's a heavy Jambo supporter.
Very heavy.
Talked to him once during
Not like heavy, but heavy as in very... I'm going to shut up now.
About that guy. He's jacked.
Very jacked. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. Kicking off for
Stop
Cambridge.
putting the wrong words in my mouth, Beau.
Will be number 32, and guess what? Oh, no, that's 37. Maybe we do have a name for him. Yeah, we do. That's Bradshaw. I cannot pronounce your first name, so I will not ruin it.
The
Let's
acolytes.
not get with that. That's number 1 for Somerville running the ball. Michael Neal, also a sophomore for
He
Somerville High
has
School.
some big shoes to fill by wearing that jersey.
Yes, he does.
For those of you who don't know, that was the jersey of McCone and Fenton last year.
Oh, and I have something to say. A lot of you could come up to us and say, let's not highlight only one player. We try not to. But the one thing that you need to know is that everyone has to make an effort. I mean, McConan basically last year took up most of their time.
Well, let's not say that. The fact is McConan was just a superstar, and the superstars get the attention. For example,
That's
Barry
true.
Sanders in Detroit. You know,
Every
Drew
team.
Bledsoe in New England. Just every team has an exciting player that gets highlighted.
Rob will run it, and Rob is starting the game off today. Guess his ankle's not hurting him that much. Rob Odelin,
Not if he's running a keeper like that.
about a 5-yard carry.
Looks like you got about 6 on that one, Beau.
Oh, maybe.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 4 to go for the Highlanders.
2nd down. And let's see what they, play here.
I think they're going to play football.
Besides football.
Oh, all right.
Let's see what kind of play they will make.
Okay. And it's another
Rob-
fake handoff,
Oh.
and Cambridge was not fooled at all.
Taken down by 72 for Cambridge. Philippe Concesio.
God bless you.
Try to say that 3 times fast, Jay.
I'm lucky if I can say my name 3 times fast this early in the morning.
Rough night last night?
Let's not get into that.
Oh, okay.
This is a G-rated program.
Jay, I wasn't meaning anything. Never mind.
I
Let's
didn't mean
get back to
anything
the
by
game.
that. I was just
And
making a
waiting for the snap.
comment.
There's the snap. Handoff to Richie Rodriguez, who will run. And I believe
close
that's
to
a
the
first
down.
down.
I don't know. It's going to be a close one. Again, you have to bear with us a little bit here, fans. We're at an angle from the field, and it is
it's
going
a
to be a first down.
down.
We're at an angle from the field, so sometimes it's hard to judge where the sticks are.
As you can see, those are new sticks.
Yes, very nice. We actually saw them opening them up. Very nice. NFL quality down markers, which are very nice to have.
Very nice. Good, good.
Much easier to see from up here than the ones we had before.
Now, for an early morning game.
And Rob hands off to number 31, Andrickson Rivas, who's going to make his first carry of the day and picks up about 5 yards. So nice little carry, struggling through some tackles. And something just fell. Hold on.
Jay, what did you drop?
I dropped nothing. Never
Oh,
mind
okay.
what I dropped.
All right, let's get back to the game.
You'll see it later. What I
Okay.
dropped. Jeez.
Now we're back with the game.
Like being in kindergarten again.
We were a little,
You know what I just realized, Beau?
what?
I am right at the 50-yard line.
No, I am.
No, I am.
Actually, our monitor is. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't
sorry,
matter.
we
have a
mi- we
good-
missed the
we have
whole
a good
play. What's
field
wrong with you?
position. I don't know. That was your fault.
Oh, no. I just made one comment.
That's it,
You
Jay. We're gonna
distracted.
have
We
words.
missed the whole first down run.
We're going to have words, Jay.
We're having plenty of words. That's our job. Moron.
After the game, Jay. After the game.
Idiot.
All right, now back on
Zip
the
it.
line. At about the 53-yard line
Rob under center takes the snap, hands off.
to Richie Rodriguez, and he gets about, I'd say, about 5 yards for that one.
Interesting they're using Richie on the offense this year. He's playing primarily defense last year. But with his size, Richie.
Oh,
But with his size, he's
he's
able to
stepping it up a notch.
he's able to bowl through the line, and
There's a big kid right
that is a very big kid.
there. Would not want to see him in a dark alley.
Nope, not at all. But then again, if the alley was dark, you probably couldn't see him.
He's a Jim and Bob supporter, so
Like really dark places, you can't see people.
they hide and like.
That's like if you turn the lights off and say, I wouldn't want to see you with the lights off.
Number 31.
And Richie Rodriguez with, Andrickson Rivas with another big run, and he's showing you what he did last week.
Incredible. Takes it to the 20-yard line.
And that was about a 30-yard pickup right there, I believe.
Just about.
Big run for Rivas, showing you exactly what he did last week, I'm sorry.
Last year, huh,
That
Jay?
got the headlines in the papers. Oh, speaking of which, I'd like to talk about the papers a little bit.
Not yet, Jay.
No. I'm just commenting on the fact that I was reading the Boston Globe last week, and there was not one mention of the Highlanders football game with
What?
Watertown. Not one.
What an incredible game.
There was
Darn
coverage
like
of
waste.
last. Yeah, I understand that. And there was coverage of last year's game with Everett and Zavarian in the Super Bowl. And if I hear one more thing about Everett, I'm gonna puke.
And I couldn't see that play. Oh, Rob ran it.
Everett is great. I'm so tired of hearing that. You know
Let's
what?
not
The
talk about
Highlanders.
Everett.
No,
At
I'm
all.
gonna say this piece right now. Everett, get ready, because Somerville's gonna burn your houses down. All right?
The roof. The roof. The roof.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I was getting into it.
A little too much, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Number 88 coming out. Is that 99?
That's 99.
99 coming off the field for Somerville.
And guess what, Jay?
What's that?
We don't have his name. Is that a
And now
shot
Rob
or
under
what?
center. Watch the game, Beau. Rob under center. Looks like he hands off.
He did hand off.
And there's a pile being pushed, and
And who's on the bottom?
they picked up about maybe 2 yards there, if even
Number
that.
24 ran the ball. 24
Mike
for
Canini?
some of those. Mike, yes, it is.
I am good. All right, how do you like
I'll
me now?
pick up on that one quick, Jay.
I remember that from last year. See,
Oh, all right. Who is 99?
the number 1 draft choice of the Somerville Highlanders.
Probably.
Did you ever watch draft day when they like give out the jerseys that say
Oh,
99?
timeout called by Somerville.
Apparently they want to talk about this big play on third down here. They want to get in the end zone, tie the game up. So
You know, 99, I'm not sure But it kind of looks like Adam Waters.
I don't know.
Seeing that there's no 89 jersey out there.
All right, well, hold on, because I want to mention that they're substituting Mike Canini for Brian Bozzi here on offense. And Bozzi did carry the ball quite a bit last year, so we'll see what they do there.
A lot of the numbers have changed. Next game we will have an updated roster.
And for those of you who are missing Jason Fusil, fear not. As we mentioned, there are 2 more Fusils on the football team this year.
Is there, Jay?
Yes, there are. And they played last week. They play offensive line.
Yes, there is.
Robert Fusil
and John Fusil.
John Fusil, exactly. So those of you who need your Fusil fix will have it this season.
We have a couple freshmen up here on the team this year.
There usually are.
About 5 of them.
And Rob under center, they send Brazzi in motion. And there's the handoff to Rivas, who's pushing the pile again, and he's going to get the first down, I think.
That looks like it, Jay.
We're waiting for the signal from the ref, but I believe he's got it. If not, he's very close.
I just wanted to, make kind of a brief, comment.
I think they're going to call for a measurement here.
This year, after a touchdown, please, no random people running on the field.
Yes, if you are a random person at Dilboy Stadium, stay off the field. Yep, they're going to measure.
And if you're wondering about that comment, watch the highlight reel of the Thanksgiving game.
No matter what your friends tell you, there is no random running on the field. None.
Okay, Jay, you scared me on that one.
Anyway.
This is a censored show, remember that.
I didn't say anything. And there's a measurement, and they're going to be 4th down, I think.
4th down. Oh, yeah. I guess we weren't as good as we thought, Jay.
Well, this is going to be pretty much a no-brainer for Coach Gullah. They're probably going to go for it here, being 4th down at the 12-yard line. And
actually, they're still measuring. Oh, they're just short of it, as you can see on your screens.
I should probably watch the screen, huh?
Yeah, for things like that, Jay, I think so. It's kind of like.
And as we mentioned, they are going to go for it. 4th down here. Expect a big push on the line. This is, as I like to say, my favorite phrase. This is where we find out whose athletic supporter is the biggest. Right on the line here.
Jay. Never mind.
And there's the handoff. Push the pile, and he's going to have the 1st down.
1st down. And who did he hand off to? Let's see.
Let's move those chains.
That was number 74, I believe, for Somerville. No, it was Anderson Rivas, but.
Would you watch the game?
John Fusil.
Pay attention.
Hey.
It's slacking.
Hey.
If you can't do this job, let me know, and I'll get somebody else in here who can.
Hey, know your role. Just you stay over there, and I'll stay over here, and just watch the game.
I am going to take this microphone, turn it sideways.
You're not going to do anything like that. Let's watch the game. So let's see. We missed that play.
No, you missed that play. I saw that play.
Comment on it.
They ran it.
Nice comment, Jay.
Thank you.
That was just an obvious play. Huh?
You said comment. You didn't say commentate, which would imply multiple words, but you said. Anyway. Well, all right, so Rob under center. Big play here. They're knocking on the door of the goal line here.
Knock, knock.
And they're going to hand off to Bozzi. And it doesn't look like he got much there, maybe a yard. And platooning in for Somerville, number 9 and number 31.
And those are Lou Marrera, I'm sorry.
As Bozzi comes off the field.
And who else went in? Did 31 go in?
No. And 99 off the field again.
Who was the second player that went in?
I forget.
Thanks, Jay. Really.
Well, if you would pay attention, you would know these things.
To look for the name, Jay. That's it. That's it, Jay.
I don't want to hear it anymore from you.
And another timeout. This time, I believe, called by Cambridge.
Oh, okay, we have a timeout. Well, we have a timeout.
Oh, Jay.
Let's see. I'm going to find something good for him here.
What are you doing, Jay?
Let's see.
Jay, what are you doing?
Blue Streak chases laughs on Eddie Murphy's old police beat, also known as Beverly Hills Cop, if you didn't know. Blue Streak got 3 out of 4 stars. Blue Streak is the kind of cookie-cutter action comedy that crowds like. And would you stop cutting me off?
And everybody's praying for Martin Lawrence since he's, in a coma right now.
Is he?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
No.
He went jogging to lose weight for a new part. He was wearing a full sweatsuit, and he collapsed in front of his house and has been in a coma for about a month now. I don't know if he's still in a coma, but yeah. He missed the opening of his movie.
And that means he didn't get like the hot premiere movie date.
I know. They'll make up for it. Oh, just looking at the bleachers right now, we see Jay Fusil.
I am so upset.
Fix.
I am so upset that I did
I
not know
don't know
that.
if he's still in a coma, but you didn't hear what Chris Rock said at the MTV Awards?
No.
He's like, just remember my arms, we're all praying for you. All right, good night, folks. You remember that?
No.
Get with it, Jay.
I watched the MTV Awards and I was very unhappy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's make a comment on that
Okay,
while
I
we're
have
here.
a question.
Hold on, I'm
I'm
making
stupid.
a comment on the MTV Awards. Now, if you're going to have an award show with performances, do one song. Don't do half of one and half of another. Nobody wants to see that. Do a
That's
whole
true.
song.
Oh, Jay, I have a question. Why did they switch sides of the
And just
field?
keep the camera
Jay,
on Britney
can you help me
Spears
here?
and Christina Aguilera the whole time.
Jay,
We'll all
can
be
you help me
happy.
here? Rob just tried to run it, but got stopped. Can you now answer my question? Why they switch sides? Oh, is it? Well,
You didn't know that's why they switched sides?
With us arguing back and
I
forth.
wasn't even paying attention to you.
With us arguing back and forth.
You are ridiculous.
Losing the clock.
How long have you been doing this now?
Apparently not long enough.
I am going to kick you right out of here.
Okay, you talk.
Pay attention to the game. Anyway, now getting back to the MTV Awards. Forget it. I'll get back to that
Yeah,
later.
let's talk about the game.
Rob's under center again, and they send
Handoff
Bozzy in motion. Handoff to Rivas, and he's in there. Touchdown! Somerville on the board, rebounding big time.
Nice run by Rivas.
And surprisingly, we have not yet seen Rob's arm. The big reason he was brought into games last year was to throw the ball, and haven't seen him try that yet.
That's true. And Jay, I just want to make a point. Let's have a truce.
Fine, we'll have a truce. But if you say anything as stupid as what you said 5 minutes ago,
Jay, it's early Saturday morning. I can't see the
don't care.
scoreboard because the scoreboard's still broken.
what did you think they stopped the game for?
I don't know. I thought it was a
Traffic?
timeout. I thought it was a timeout. Get to the game. And they're going to go
Hey,
for the
get Bob
2-point.
up here. Maybe he can do the job.
I can't believe you went there. And there's a flag.
Flag on the play. As the play started, it's going to be on the offense.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Key to all you Somerville Highlander football, maybe novices. That's what I
Okay,
wanted to
I'm
say.
out of football mode right now. I'm trying to get back into it, Jay. I apologize to all you fans out there and to you, Jay.
Anyway, I've had about enough of this stuff. You show up late to games.
I'm not show. I'm not late. I'm here.
Not today. Last season you were late half the games.
No, that was 2.
Then you come in. I don't know why they switch fields.
Switch fields, huh? Get to the game. Let's see what the call is.
It's a penalty on the offense.
What is it? As you see, number 71 coming on the field for Somerville, Ephraim Mendoza.
At least you got that right.
I will get these things right. And they're going to kick it. And kicking the ball will be, let's see, Anderson Rivas, and holding the ball is Chris Mackey.
And that's no good. No,
it's good.
It is good. No, I was right the
what?
first time. Again, the angle we're at, it's hard to judge.
You know how that gets. We did that all season long.
No, we should be like the NFL. We should have a camera right behind the goalpost so you can see perfectly.
Let's
And
check
again,
on that.
their PAT woes continue. Although the curious note here being that they did not try the 2-point conversion, which was a favorite of Coach Gullo last year.
But they did try it.
Oh, that's true. They did.
They did,
My
but
mistake.
there was a penalty.
Okay,
See?
that's right. Yes.
CJ, can't we all just get along?
That's an easy mistake. Why did they switch sides of the field?
Jay, I'm
Is
just
beyond
saying.
comprehension to me. How could you even say that?
Jay, I'm just trying to tell you. Just relax. It's okay.
Very excellent view here at Dilboy Stadium today.
Jay, we just got through saying it wasn't that great of a view.
No, I mean like for
yeah,
judging,
yeah.
but
I get it.
it's an excellent view for other things.
I get it. Don't worry.
And now we're going to
Once
have
again,
another Somerville
kicking the
kickoff.
ball, Andrickson Rivas.
Who was the kicker for the team last year, so he's not picking up an extra role.
I never said that.
Well, McConan picked up kicking a little bit last year too, but
So
Andrickson has done a lot of kicking in his high school career.
boom.
And that's going to go...
To number 22 for Cambridge,
I have
David
a-
Graham.
Oh, fumble! Looks like Cambridge got it back,
I can't
though.
see. Let's get some people out of there and let's see who got the ball.
That was juggled. Somerville had it, got knocked right out of his hands, and it looks like Cambridge
What a
recovered.
hit, though, huh?
Big time play. And Cambridge did recover the ball.
That was recovered by number 24 for Cambridge. Huh, Jay, guess what? Guess what, Jay? We don't have his name. What a shock.
Surprise, surprise.
So, we're going to take it to the field. Jay?
Yeah?
Hi. Jay, do we have a random person here? Just standing here. Can someone, like, help us? Is he a Jim and Bob spy?
I don't know. Ask him who
Oh,
he
he
likes
just-
better.
Come here. Come here, over here. Over here.
Anyway, we got to pay
Jim
attention
and
to the
Bob
game.
or Jam Bo? Go away. Go.
Oh,
Forget
jeez.
it. See, you see this? Well, let's get back to the game, because that was just pointless.
Yes?
No, go!
Do we have security here?
Security!
Where is our bodyguard?
Captain Kilt has graduated from Somerville High.
We have to get a new bodyguard done.
We'll get one. And here we go with the handoff. No, goes nowhere.
Again, that's how they started their last series, but eventually ended up in the end zone. So
They need to
hopefully-
realize they can't get through our line.
However, it is now third down for Cambridge, so this is where they got their first down last time that broke open the Somerville defense. We really, really need some security in here.
No, that's a long time ago, buddy. Long time ago. Let's get back to the game now.
This is entertaining. I could sit here and talk about
That's
this.
why we need
And a
security.
sack!
By Brian Ballsy, incredible player.
And that must have been a mistake in coverage on the line because he came in basically unopposed and just mowed somebody over. Well, number... Is that
At the next time out, I'll give you that interesting fact you asked me earlier.
Okay. We could do that.
Yeah, we
Fourth
can do
down
that.
and Cambridge is going to punt here.
Nope, they're smartening up. Cambridge is learning who they're...
Well, it's fourth and more than 10. If they didn't, it would be a pretty bonehead move.
It's Cambridge.
Duh. Somebody help. Get this person out of our booth. Anyway,
And
here's the
kicking
punt.
for Cambridge will
Nice
be
kick,
number
too.
30,
They're gonna let it go.
Michael Rogers.
They're gonna let it go, and Cambridge is gonna have a chance to down. No, into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Ball will come out to the 20.
Let's see, Jay.
Smart play by Somerville to just let the ball go.
Very smart move. But it could have backfired on him.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So why are we even bringing it up?
Ask yourself. You brought it up.
Well, I'm being kind of bothered right now. That's why we need some security.
You know? I believe we should begin a search for a new bodyguard now that Captain Kilt's gone.
I think so.
Those of you who are interested in becoming the bodyguard,
Apply at the booth.
yes. Speaking of the booth, we'll get to that later. We have another thing to comment to our fans.
And Somerville will start the ball on about the 19-yard line. Rob, with the
Hands
handoff
off
to
to
Anderson.
Anderson, and he's got a hole. Puts on a little move, and what
Gets
number
hit
is
by
that?
number 1 of
From Cambridge came out of nowhere to make that hit.
That's Joel Kimiao.
Rivas was in the process of avoiding another tackler from Cambridge, and number 1 came over and laid that
Jay,
smack
try
down
that
on
name
him.
off his eyes.
What number? What
Number
name?
1.
Joel Camayo.
Kamayo?
Camayo.
Kamayo.
Camayo.
Kimayo.
What was that?
It was Kimayo.
No, it wasn't. It was Camayo.
All right.
It's not how it's spelled. And I'm sure this guy's parents would not appreciate you making fun of his name.
I'll be quiet. A handoff to number... Oh, no, he kept it. He's running.
Rob's going to keep it and pick up a first down.
Taken down by number 88 for Cambridge.
How would you like it if people called you Beau Bedugnis?
Guess what, Jay? We don't have 88's name.
What good are you? Read names off rosters.
Who makes the rosters? Who makes it? That's it. I'm going to have words with him.
You're the roster guy. What purpose do you serve
That's
if
it.
you're not
I'm
reading
going to have words with
rosters?
him.
About
Oh, Jay, you know who
which
he is?
3 words that
You
you
know
know?
who he is? Probably Doug Flutie, Jay. Remember that? You called everybody Doug Flutie.
I didn't call the roster guy Doug Flutie. What the hell would Doug Flutie be doing controlling the rosters?
No, forget it, Jay. Forget it. If anybody watched the season last year, they know what I'm talking about.
I was commenting on players being Doug Flutie.
That's what I just said.
Possibly,
Number 88.
because if you look at the Somerville Highlanders uniforms, they somewhat resemble the Bills uniforms. Now, perhaps if Doug Flutie got lost on the way to a game, found his way to Doughboy Stadium, he'd have suited up, thought he was playing for the Bills, and played in the game. So it's possible. Very, very possible.
It's not possible,
The
Jay.
roster guy would not be Doug Flutie. He would have absolutely no reason
I
to be a
never said
roster
that.
guy.
I have never said that. So, now back to the game.
Yeah.
Let's concentrate our anger on Jim and Bob.
Let's
Not on each other.
We'll stop doing stupid things.
I'll try.
God.
Oh, no, I was going to say this is where I'd give the interesting news of some former Somerville High players, but we'll get to that the next time out.
You keep saying that.
Yeah, well, whatever.
You keep missing timeouts.
Yeah, I know. Hey, what are you going to do, though, right? Oh, my.
Oh, we're being besieged.
We really need security.
Yeah.
Help.
And number 5. And
Number
we have another
30.
flag. I'm sorry.
Richie Rodriguez. and
We
he
do
gets
have a
pushed
flag
out of
on the
bounds.
play. Way up at the line, so we'll see what the call is there. Play go, so I tend to think it would be on the defense, but it could be motion on the line. And if it is motion on the line, they should whistle to play dead. But we'll see what the call is here.
All right, now the
It's
kids are
offsides
gone
on
again.
Somerville. Somerville with the offsides penalty will push them back and negate the gain they just got. Kids.
We really need security. This is a
Yes.
plea.
If you are a security guard, a trained killer.
No, that's too much, Jay.
Why?
Because these are kids. We just don't want them, like, interrupting us.
If you are a trained killer,
Jay,
feel
let's
free
get
to
with the
come to
game.
Doughboy
And
Stadium
Rob
and
hands it
apply.
off. But it off to number 36, Richie Rodriguez, who gets pushed back by about 4
And-
Cambridge players.
Well, Rob handed him the ball and Cambridge handed him his head. So.
Is that
he
how the
got
saying
knocked
goes,
back.
Jay?
That's how my saying goes. Do you have a problem with that?
No, not at all.
All right. Then know your role.
Okay, Jay.
Anyway.
Help.
All right. Enough commenting on the little.
I can't do my job.
Anyway, you're
Let's
not
stay
doing
with
your
the
job.
game.
You weren't doing your job before they got here. So.
Sure we weren't. So let's get with
No,
the game.
I was.
Yep. Yeah.
And Rob under center.
With
There's
the
the
snap.
snap.
Handoff to
Handoff
Anderson.
Rivas. Almost down and then finally brought down. And that's
Finally
well
taken
shy.
down by number 72 for Cambridge.
Well shy of
Jovan
a first
Beau.
down here. They're going to have to probably go for a pass play here, being that they're about 12. Oh, they're about
But I think they could
10
pull it
yards from a
off.
first down now. They got to about the.
We could pull it off. Pulling Richie Rodriguez out of the line.
Who did they send in for him?
I couldn't see.
Well, he hasn't been playing the line. He's been playing in the backfield.
Yes.
So perhaps going for a little more speed, and they're going to split 2 men wide. Number 80, and I can't see the other receiver's name.
Number 80 for Somerville, no name. Number 9 for Somerville, Lou Morera. And number 40 in motion, Danny Morales.
And now it's a
Hand off
handoff to Rivas, and Cambridge didn't buy that at all. Again, we have to wonder, why not use the arm of Rob?
Like I said earlier, though, in the game, Rob's ankle was injured.
So his ankle's too injured to throw the ball,
No,
and he
maybe.
can run it.
What I'm trying to say is maybe they're trying to avoid him getting in any contact.
He's going to get more contact running the ball than he will throwing it.
But he's only ran it once.
He's ran it 3 times.
Twice. And now with the line switch, Cambridge will start. So let's try to figure out what's going on.
Somerville to punt. It's not that hard to figure out. See that man really far back? He's going to punt the ball well.
Yeah, I know that much, Jay. Oh, no.
Nice. No, they're going to fake it.
And nowhere fast. But who ended up running? Number 44, Brian Posey.
Possibly a very costly play there, because now they're going to start Cambridge on Somerville's side of the field.
I don't think we've seen Somerville do that play before, Jay.
Actually, we have a couple times last year with McConan,
Really?
but yes. But the difference, the variation in that play is that when they did it with McConan, he was back to punt, and he just ran the ball from the direct snap. This time there was a intercepted snap.
Well, either way, that was a pretty
Ballsy.
nice play, but it didn't work.
And
Now, number 10 for Cambridge, Quandell Ballard at the center. There's a snap. He's going to run it.
Picks off around the corner, has a lot of room, puts his head down, and picks up almost a first down. About 9 yards.
Number 60 for Somerville, Adam Ackerley.
9 yards.
Another returning player.
9 yards for the Cambridge back there. And now, second down and about 1 to go. Maybe a long one. Now, well, we have a break in the action here. Oh, maybe we don't have a break in the action. Then again, when we're on, there's never a break in action.
Because we are the action.
Yes, we're the game.
And this is the big game.
Yep. And there's the handoff right up the line, and I don't know,
No
it's going to
way.
be close. Very close to a first down. We'll see what they come up with here, where they spot the ball.
And let's see. Yes, it
Told you.
first down.
Now, while we have a second, we'd like to comment. We did have over the summer a lot of requests for autographs and whatever from younger fans mostly. But we'd like to let you know, we're perfectly willing to sign anything, take a picture, whatever. Just approach us at halftime, before or after the game, and we'll be more than happy to do it. Just don't come up during the game, and because we're trying to focus on the game. We'd appreciate that, but we'll be more than happy to.
Hand off to number 24 for Cambridge. Trips up, gets taken down by number 75 for Somerville, and number 36. 36, Richie Rodriguez, and that's 73 for Somerville. I'm sorry. That's Obi Perez.
Obi-Wan?
No, Obi Perez.
Okay. Cannot believe I just said that. Anyway,
It's all right, Jay.
so that's
I'm
our
rubbing
little
off on you.
public service announcement, I guess, for us. Again, after the game, during the game, no. After the game, halftime, before the game, no problem. Just keep that in mind, please.
Game on. Jay.
You know what?
The center moving up to the ball.
We got to do something at halftime because there's just not enough camera shots of us, and we are the stars.
What are you talking about, Jay? This is all about the football team.
No, I know it is, but
It's not about us, but it could be about us. No.
But the fans want to see us, They can hear us, they want to see us. I'm not saying like every play.
Look at that play.
Every now and then.
That was nice.
Yeah, what was it, Beau?
Well, as you see, Cambridge tried to run it right up the middle once again. Stopped by number 60 for Somerville, Adam Ackerley. And two other players, which, of course, we don't have the names of.
And that was nice.
No, Jay, if you watched it, you would have saw how nice it
Yeah.
was.
Uh-huh. Speaking of nice, we'd like to comment on the cheerleaders who are here supporting their team.
And, you know, the
Doing
field.
a very good job. The field.
Field looks really good, Jay.
Yes, the field does look very good, Beau.
I think they need to seed more spots, though.
Yeah, you think? And maybe pick up
Oh,
some
it's a timeout. Let's get to what I was going to say now.
Okay.
Interesting news I picked up the other day while I was at work.
Where was that?
Well,
Where do you work?
Reggie, I cannot announce that on the
Go
air.
see Beau at Walgreens.
No. Anyways, so
On Broadway, Walgreens.
like I was
Go see
saying,
Beau.
Reggie Val came in,
Tell him Jason.
picking up some stuff, telling me about how he's doing in school. He's going to Mount Ida, starting for the Mount Ida football team.
Starting as a freshman.
Starting as a freshman.
Wow.
You know who else is playing?
Who is that?
Lysandro Abreu.
Is he?
Many of your fans will remember him.
Standout from Somerville from a few years back.
Yes, and you know who else? Ronnie Joseph.
Ronnie.
Another player from Somerville. Former player, I'm sorry. So that's pretty interesting. They're all starting. Ronnie and Reggie are both. Oh, wait a minute. No, Ronnie did graduate 2 years ago, and Reggie graduated last year. So Reggie is starting as a freshman from Mount Ida. They're a Division III team, but you know what? They won their first game.
And we have a pass play coming up here. It looks like it's way
no
overthrown.
Way.
Way overthrown.
Too far for number 6, Sam Hunter.
He was hunting the ball down and couldn't get to it.
If he made that play, though, that would have been pretty nice.
If he made that play with it, he would have officially gotten jiggy with it, yes.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Jay, are you all right? You getting a fever?
Don't touch me, you freak.
I think you're catching a fever, man.
You're going to catch my foot right
Put
in
your
your-
jacket back on.
My jacket's
You're
been
getting
on.
sick.
I'm not getting sick.
So, now, once again, the center for Cambridge, number 79. Guess what, Jay?
Totally useless
Why
today.
am I useless? It's the roster that they give us.
You have one job. Read the rosters.
But there's
And he's going
nobody
to try
on it.
another pass play.
There's never anybody on it.
Tipped and almost
Oh.
intercepted.
Almost intercepted by number, let's see, 23?
44, Brian Bozzi.
That wasn't 44, though.
That's what they called on the speaker. That's what I'm going with.
All right, go for it.
Shut up.
That's very good. As we all know, on the loudspeaker,
You are the loudspeaker.
that's true. Mr. Ken Olson is on the loudspeaker, a teacher at Somerville High School. And number 99 coming off the field.
And who's 99, Beau?
Let's get to the game, Jay. At halftime, I'm going to
what
go
I
see if
thought.
I can up the roster a little bit.
Yeah, you do that.
Actually, you know what, Jay? You take the show. I'm going to go talk to Coach Villain.
Yeah, you do that. Anyway, there's a snap. Rob going to drop back to pass. As we mentioned, first time he's going to pass in the game. Intercepted by Cambridge. And that was, I don't know if that was Rob's fault or if that was Bozzi, because Bozzi looked back, turned around, and basically came to a dead stop there before the ball got to him. If he had kept going, he might have had a play. Cambridge stepped right in and took the ball away from him. Snatched his money like a bully. I'm sorry, snatching the ball like a bully snatches lunch money.
Ha! I was right. That is Adam Waters at number 99. They have him at 89 this year.
Do you feel vindicated now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Anyway. And it took you what, 20 minutes to figure out to ask a coach who it was?
I knew it was him. I told you it was him.
No, you said it might be.
But no,
It
you
might
don't
be.
believe me.
It might be. You might be smart too, but anyway.
Handoff.
And
Oh, tripped up by
took his
Richie
legs out and
Rodriguez.
then he got squashed.
That's
coming
going to
out
make the
through the
highlight
line.
reel.
No, we're gonna make the highlight reel.
We already did.
I know. We got our own highlight reel, and we got on there.
And, you know, we're on TV all the time, making random appearances everywhere, you see?
Yeah, for those of you fans who missed it, Beau was on MTV for a couple of little brief interviews.
That's
and,
right.
He's got a lot of feedback over that. For those of you who missed it, I was on for about half a second. I walked right by the camera. That was me. Yes, if you're
That was
wondering.
Jay. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm on weekly now, but let's not get into that. I'll talk to you later about it. Now, once again, another handoff. Found a hole.
And he's got
Taken
some
down
room.
by Richie
Close to the
Rodriguez.
first down. He's plowing, trying to get that first
no,
down.
he wasn't
It looks
taken
like it
down.
came up just short.
Took
How
about
could you-
3 guys to take him down, though.
How could you think he got taken down when he's still running?
No, it looked, no. When Richie hit him.
You know what? That's it. I'm sorry, fans. I'm going home.
Bye, Jay.
can't
I'll
take
take care of
this
this. Hello? Jay, come back. Jay, come down. Okay, the first half's over, Jay. Come on, Jay. Let's say a few things.
Oh, we have a lot to cover at halftime today. We have a lot to cover at halftime today. I don't think we'll be able to get our comments from Coach Gullett. Next week, we promise we will attempt that.
Just coming into the stadium. Guess who I see, Jay?
Who do you see?
Bob.
Uh-oh.
No Jim, but Bob.
Uh-oh.
And we will have a halftime show performed by the cheerleaders. Excuse me.
Ah. Well, perhaps better than the band.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, the band's good, don't get me wrong. But then I hear, because, they're not prepared, but now we have the cheerleaders on the field. And that's not really that bad.
No, not except their side. We need to go face the Cambridge side.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you after halftime.
And we're back. For those of you fans who are disturbed by our little argument, we talked it over at halftime, and
We're cool right now.
yeah.
And while we were
Anyway.
talking it over, who I saw leave?
Who left?
Bob.
Surprise,
he saw
surprise.
us coming and ran.
Something like that.
I don't know, man. I
Anyway,
don't know why you're so scared of us.
well, we have a few free seconds. Let's get in some of the news we wanted to get in. First of all, Wednesday night, if you're a Jay and Beau fan, Wednesday night, Good Time Emporium, Beau will be doing what he does best, wrestling.
For the NWA New England.
NWA New England, and
7:30 is bell time, so be there at 7.
yeah.
It's the back-to-school bash, they're calling it.
And admission is what?
$10 for everybody.
$10 for everyone, no discounts for kids?
No, not this week.
Okay.
And also on every Saturday night at 10:30 on Winds of New England, you can catch NWA New England Wrestling
Which locally is mostly Channel 14.
for Warner Cable, or Media One as they're calling it now. And it's 18 for RCN. Oh, and here we go. Third quarter scores. Cambridge 6, Somerville 6.
That was easy.
Yep. It's a tie game. So, and here we go. The giant huddle. We're going to start up with the game.
And we had a chance to end.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
All right.
And I believe Somerville will be receiving the ball
It is better to give than to receive.
in some cases.
Not in football, though.
No, not at all.
Unless you're giving a hit.
Or beaten.
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Anyway.
And kicking off for Cambridge will be number 37 for Cambridge, Bradshaw. Asai Bradshaw.
Maybe he'll deliver the clothesline from,
Yeah. Jay?
okay, an update in baseball. The New York Yankees and the American League East lead the Red Sox
Jay,
now
here we
by
go.
4
The kickoff,
games.
man. Put the paper down.
Fine.
And a nice boot received by Andrickson Rivas.
And he's gang tackled by, couldn't get the numbers.
And I just want to make a comment. Like, we've been talking about the field a lot, but, during halftime, I had to take a little, trip to the boys' room. And you know what? It is so gross.
Oh, those bathrooms are disgusting.
Oh, my.
Maybe we should get like our own private bathrooms built.
Well, they need to fix the bathrooms and the scoreboard.
I thought
MDC needs to do all this.
I thought fixing the scoreboard was your
I
responsibility.
tried, Jay. Jay, I tried. It's just, I don't know. All right,
If
we're
you
back
can't
to the
do
game.
it,
Back
say
to
you
the game.
can't
Back
do
to
it.
the game. Let's see. It's handed off
No, Rob keeps it and fumbles, and
fumbles,
Cambridge falls on
and
it.
Cambridge recovers it. Rob was bumped a little but dropped the ball. And number 1 for Cambridge recovered it, and that's Camayo. Like I said, we're back to the game. And as you can hear, maybe you can hear some fans cheering for random players. Oh my. That wouldn't have been comfortable. There was just a hornet buzzing around us, so sorry for the
Big
brief
defensive
break.
stand here for the Highlanders. They're going to need to keep Cambridge off the board here. They blew their first opportunity with the ball at half.
24.
And he's nailed behind the line.
Crushed
Lost
by Anderson.
Lost to about 3 or 4 there.
That was a nice hit. Number 83 for Somerville coming on in the field. Wainwright went. A couple nice plays at the beginning of the game. Cambridge to the line. Somerville to the line.
And there's a pass.
Oh,
Caught by Cambridge. Can't see the
caught
number.
by number 2 for Cambridge. Devin Robinson. Cambridge with a decent-sized team, but not as big as Somerville's this year. Now 83 coming off the field. Looking at the roster, looking at the Cambridge roster, going down the names, see number 16 for Cambridge. His name is Louis Balestas. Louis Balestas, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the same
Check the Somerville roster.
Louis, but I'm looking at the Somerville roster.
If you may remember, Louis Balestas was a player for Somerville.
Oh, no name. No, maybe he transferred.
Very, very interesting. I just noticed that.
Well, we're not sure, though. I mean, so let's not, like, quote us on that. But number 16 is coming on the field right now. I don't know, Jay.
We could have a traitor
If
in
he
our
comes in
midst.
at quarterback, that means that, yes, and he's in at quarterback.
We perhaps have a traitor in our midst. Unbelievable.
Hornet buzzing around my head.
I mean, there's the right through the line, but nothing.
Nothing
No
at
holes.
all.
Somerville gave them nothing, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Jay, I'm trying to commentate. But there's a hornet buzzing around.
It's a
here.
little bug. Relax.
All set now, back to the game. A little disturbance. See, that's why we need some security. Hi. I'm trying to watch the game.
That's what you get for wearing all blue.
The D's are not attracted to blue, they're attracted to yellow.
That's a myth. Stop touching me.
It's not me, it's the Hornet. Watch the game for me, Jay, while I run. All right. Quarterbacking for the Highlanders will be Chris Mackey, I hear.
I got rid of him.
Yeah.
I killed him.
Oh, you took care of him, Jay. Thank you. The exterminator, Jason Stuart.
I laid the smack down.
And number 31, Anderson Rivas with the run. Brought down at about the
And you said you didn't want me to bring the newspapers.
30-yard line. Thank you, Jay, for bringing the newspapers. Sorry about the disturbance, but I'm allergic to, bees, and I was trying to get away.
Apparently you're allergic to intelligence, too.
To what?
Exactly. And quiet
Off the field
Somerville
will be Richie
sidelines.
Rodriguez.
The Somerville sideline's very quiet right now. Looking for Somerville team to put something
Well,
together
Chris
here.
Mackey is in at quarterback, in case you didn't hear it earlier. He got
Perhaps.
the ball with the keep.
And
He's
drop
gonna throw
back
it.
the pass. And,
Oh. Looked like it was really intended for 99 Adam Waters, but 24,
Mike Canini.
it hit him. I guess not. Maybe it was intended for Canini.
Moron. Anyway.
What? Sorry for the dead spot.
You are a
Number
dead
3
spot.
for Somerville coming onto the field. Chris Harris.
Along with number 72.
And number 72 for Somerville, Philippe Concesio. Sorry about the pronunciation. Hopefully it's right. Many don't know this, but Chris Harris is the son
And back
of...
to punt. And very bad punt.
Chris
Very
Harris
bad punt.
is the son...
But it touched Cambridge! It touched Cambridge!
Yes,
Somerville
37
picks it up! He's going to go in untouched for a...
Whistles. Flags.
We got, what is this?
37, Salmon Donza almost made
What
the
is it?
run.
Hold on, I want to see what this is. Well, they're calling a penalty on Cambridge, apparently.
Very nice. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, no. It's
Cambridge ball.
What's that?
I'd like them to explain that one to me.
Uh-oh.
I'd
Jay,
really like an explanation for that one.
Pretty frustrated right now.
What was that?
Cambridge
The
touched the ball.
Cambridge man touched the ball, therefore it's eligible. Anybody can pick it up. Somerville picked it up and ran it in.
Right,
End of story. Touchdown Somerville. There was no signal of a penalty. All they did was signal Cambridge ball.
I don't know, Jay.
That's it. I'm meeting these refs after the game.
There are 2 balls on the field.
Get the baseball bats.
Now there's 1. I don't know.
I'm going to have a little talk with this
We're gonna
referee
play
after the
back
game.
that later, hopefully.
No playbacks. We're going to talk to the ref. That's it. I'm tired of this stuff.
Maybe we should treat the refs like we treat Jim and Bob.
You know? And under pressure,
And he's going to get
Balestis
nailed.
rolls
That's
out.
Balestis.
and he's on the run, picks up
Oh.
about 5 yards.
And his former teammates have no fears of crushing him.
Is that his former teammates, though?
I don't know. I'm going to go find that out.
Go find
Should I
out.
find that
Yes, do that. So we'll know for the rest of the game. I just wanted to get rid of him for a few minutes, sorry. It only takes so much of him. Anyway, I'm still very upset by that call. That could be a big, big turning point in the game because Somerville had a touchdown taken away from them for no apparent reason whatsoever. So now Cambridge gonna take the ball now. Balestis under center, pitches back. And he's trying to turn the corner. He's got 2 men to beat and couldn't do it.
And number 20 with the ball taken down.
And we have just received word
Roger
that
Reddick.
is the Louis Balestis that did play for Somerville High.
Once again, a nice view of Somerville High Stadium, which is Dilboy Stadium.
I love Somerville High Stadium.
Gotta love it. We should rename it
To what?
Somerville High Stadium.
How can you rename it when it's already named?
No, it's MDC Stadium. It's Dilboy. It's not Somerville High. It's Dilboy.
Whatever.
This is Dilboy Stadium, Jay.
And this is my hand.
Ow. Yeah, you need a pen? Oh, well.
I got plenty. And Balestis again, another pitch back.
No
Squirts through the hole,
way.
but nothing doing there.
Folding over, number 20, Roger Reddick.
And a Somerville High player with a...
As you see on the screen, a couple players. Michael Ivey, a former player for Somerville High School.
Who is number...
Off the
Whoa,
screen. What's
out
up,
of
brother?
curiosity, who is number 57 for Somerville?
Number 57 for Somerville, Chris Fiore.
Just on the sidelines, hugging a little kid.
I think that's his little brother. I know Chris Fiore from way back.
Just a little interesting note I saw. And the kid's picking up the pom-poms now.
And he's running around like
He's
a cheerleader.
terrorizing the
Oh,
cheerleaders. Uh-oh.
He's cheering. That's what we need, a male cheerleader. There you go.
I'll do it.
And it is no, please, no. And I believe...
Give me an
what
S.
what's going on? Well, we're waiting and waiting.
While we're waiting, we should talk about something.
Well, what would you like to talk about, Jay?
I don't know. We already plugged your show at Good Times Wednesday night,
7:30.
And there's a little kid right there on your screens.
There he is, male cheerleader. Go, look, he's going
Now
to
he wants to
cheerleader.
play
Uh-oh.
football.
Little too close.
And there you see the cheerleaders.
He wants to be with the cheerleaders.
Looking good, and their performance undaunted by the little kid. Give them credit. They're performers.
Oh, here we go.
And they're going to punt it.
No, they're
fake
not.
the punt. He's turning. He's not going to get anywhere.
Ballsy takes him down with the help.
Big loss of yardage
Number
there.
60, Adam Ackerley. That's a powerhouse right there, Adam Ackerley.
And Adam Ackerley played big last season for Somerville, and he is continuing that this year. And he's a very fast runner, too.
Oh, yes, he is.
And number 80 comes on the field for Somerville. Who's number 80, Beau?
Number 80.
And there you see athletic director Jerry Knight on
For
your
what
screen.
team is 80, Jay?
Beau, why don't you go down and shake Jerry Knight's hand?
All right. Well, wait. What team do you want to know number 80 for?
Somerville.
I'll be right back.
I gotta get rid of him every now and then. He's like sugar. It's good every now and then, but you need it in moderation. So we gotta get rid of him every now and then, just to feel comfortable. Anyway, so now, and Chris Murphy takes the handoff to,
From my advisor upstairs, that is Tony Carrington, a junior at Somerville High School.
He played basketball for the Highlanders last season.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, I remember him. He wore the headband all the time.
Oh, yes. I thought that was Jamal.
No, Jamel.
I thought Jamal did.
No, Jamel didn't wear a head. Jamel has the school scoring record now.
Oh, that's right. Incredible player right there. Somerville with Chris Mackey leading them right now.
Chris Mackey, all right.
Why'd you like to know that?
I said Chris Murphy.
Oh, it's Chris Mackey.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was close. My roster is in Beau's hands, so. And Somerville set up in formation. They send Bozzy in motion again. There's the snap.
Handoff to
number
Rivas.
31, Anderson Rivas. Stiff arms.
Oh,
side
look at
steps,
this.
and he's got some room. Turn up the sideline, one man to beat.
Oh, is it a touchdown, Jay?
No, I think he's shy of the touchdown.
Looks like he got pushed out at about the 2-yard line.
No, he did get the touchdown, I believe.
I don't know. They're moving.
No, he did not.
No, first
did
down.
not get the
He's
touchdown.
about the 2-yard line. Excellent run by Anderson Rivas, running by
Excellent
about
run.
4 of Cambridge's players.
We apologize. Usually there's 4 cones on the field to signify the end zone. There's only one.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Couldn't quite make out whether that was the end line or the front.
Well, Jake, once again, it's the first home game. Things will improve.
These MDC officials need to work with us here. It's hard enough being up here in the cold. Oh, it's not as cold today as it will get.
Number 36 handed off to Richie Rodriguez. Did he get it in?
And that's the idea of having Richie run the ball, is just plow him right through the line in short yardage situations such as this.
The kid's huge. You know he's a former Golden Gloves? A teen Golden Gloves?
Really?
Yes.
Very
Interesting
impressive.
fact for you guys out there.
Very impressive. For those of you who don't know, that's a boxing reference, an amateur boxing contest.
Excellent shape right there.
And now Mackey's going to run the keeper. He turns the corner. He's got a man around.
Oh, no.
And short of the end zone, but he's about to the 2 now. And it looked like he had a man to his left to pitch it to in case decided not to, as the other man would have had to put on
look at that. One of the
stop and
cameramen
go.
from the Journal, I believe, bringing the cone back onto the field for us. Look at him.
Let's give him a hand.
All right, that's enough.
Okay. Contributing to the team. You got to love that. Contributing to the team almost as much as we do. And again.
He ran it in. Oh, no.
No, he did not. Did you see anybody jumping up and down?
Not yet.
But he didn't run it in. Anyway.
Hey, there's no random people allowed anyways.
Are we still tied at 6?
Yep. Score now 6-6 still. 4th down.
4th down on the goal line. This is a win-win situation for Somerville because even if they shouldn't get the touchdown, Cambridge will have to go about 99 yards to get a touchdown. So you have to go for it on this play, but a timeout Somerville. They want to talk this one over.
Let's see. And they're calling Mackey to the side.
Now, what else do we have to talk about during the timeout?
Well, I don't know. What do we have to talk about,
Well,
Jay?
we plugged you, so let's plug me. And there's the cheerleaders, always good to talk about.
What would like to plug about you, Jay?
Just me.
You can see Jay at Mobile, down the street from the high school. After school, go down there, get your snacks.
Don't, because I like it when it's not busy, so, you know.
Oh, and
And
Mackey
into the end zone, and Somerville on the board with another touchdown. Yes.
Oh, okay. Did you lose your train of thought right there?
No.
Oh, you want me to say touchdown?
No. You know how we say it.
Oh, 1,
2.
3.
Touchdown! Much better.
Is that what you wanted, Jay? Is that what you wanted?
Much better.
You got it.
That's all you had to do.
And
See,
then
was that hard?
No, not at all.
All right.
Well, and it looks like they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
And the cheerleader's setting up a... Oh, somebody fell.
Oh, we can't see it on TV anyway, so it's quite okay.
And they're setting up for a 2-point conversion here. And they're sending Bozzy in motion again. And Mackey just dragged right down.
Nope, and he was brought down by number 54 for Cambridge.
No fears are just coming right through the line.
That's Manny Castillo. Well, Jay.
And there you see the score on your screen, 12-6, Somerville leads.
We're going to get an updated roster for the next home game. When is the next home game, Jay?
The next home game would be at home, Beau.
When, Jay? When?
Next week.
Next week, right here at Doughboy
Right here
Stadium.
at Doughboy Stadium.
What time is the start time, Jay?
I have no idea. 10:30.
10:30
We're
start
being
time.
told.
Once again, I know there is a later start time.
And
for
who
one
are
of
they
the games.
facing, Beau?
I don't know, Jay. Who are they facing?
I was asking you.
Well, Jay, I'm clueless.
And no kidding.
So who are they facing,
That
Jay?
goes without
Jay,
saying.
who are they facing?
Talk about Captain Obvious.
I guess what? Jay doesn't know either.
I
We
know.
will find this out, though. Don't worry about that.
And we're sending Beau to find out who they're facing next week. Mainly so I don't have to listen to him again for a while. This is fun. I like this. And he bobbles the kickoff, and he's got a long way to go now. And he's going to get nailed at about the 5-yard line. Somerville, excellent special teams play there by the Highlanders. Broke right through the line. No defensive blocking for Cambridge. I'm sorry, kick return blocking for Cambridge.
My informant has told me that he thinks we're playing against Malden next week.
Malden, the Golden Tornadoes.
Oh, there they go again. Didn't we play them at home last year, too?
No,
No?
no. We barely
could've
played anybody
swore.
home last year, Beau.
Oh, yeah. Action-packed season this year. How many
Very
games?
much so. 7, I believe.
7 more games at home.
6 more games of
Oh,
Jay
6 more,
and
I'm
Beau.
sorry.
Can you stand the excitement?
Oh, no. Only 6 total, we're being told by our director. So, I guess I was wrong.
Okay, close enough.
Guess one of the games on our old list was canceled. And here we go. Number 16, Balestis crushed by Richie Rodriguez. He played alongside of Louis Balestis last year.
Yeah.
I guess they see him the same way we do. Turncoat.
You know what it is, though? It's all, once you're on the field, you can be friends with somebody, but once you're on the field, friendships are cast aside till after the game, and you just go out and hit anything that moves.
That's true.
So I'd stop moving if I were you, Beau.
Went on in the field, Jay.
Doesn't matter.
All right, well, let's stick with the game. We're going to kill the hostilities between us, I thought. Actually, you know what?
Something's going to
Forget
get
it.
killed.
Forget it.
And Somerville sets up their defense.
Oh, and he hands it
Hand
off.
off again, nothing.
Nowhere.
And again, nothing.
Absolutely
Cambridge
nowhere.
cannot move the ball in this defense right now. The way they are playing,
And Adam Waters was the man to
I
bring the
believe that's
man
going to
down.
bring up 3rd down from the 3-yard line.
There we go, and in comes number 88 for Somerville. Oh, guess what? Next week,
See you
we'll have a
later,
name
Beau.
for you.
See you later, Beau.
No, I can't go because he's busy taping.
Come on, just go.
No,
Go. Go find out.
No.
Do your job.
No.
Come on, just leave for a few minutes.
No, why don't you go? Take a walk.
This doesn't
Here,
do
bring
me
the
any
portable.
good. No.
Back with the game.
And now they're going to drop back to pass.
And it's going.
It's in the air. 2 men there.
Oh.
Tipped away. Tipped away.
4th down.
To be honest, I don't think that makes much of a difference because even with the Cambridge punt, they'll only take the ball at about the spot where the pass was.
Yeah, so, I mean,
really an insignificant
that only would
play.
have looked good in the papers.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have looked good on, right here.
Yeah, it would have looked good on the stat sheets and whatnot, but it wouldn't have made that much of a difference as far as field position is concerned.
And look, the cheerleaders have a mascot. Hopefully they can get her. Little cheerleader enough.
I believe she was around last year too, though.
Was she?
I believe so.
See, I did not know that.
You don't focus on the cheerleaders enough.
Well, Jay, this is the Somerville Highlanders football team.
I
Cheerleaders
understand.
are a supporting group as we are. And
I
on your screen, Joe Curtatone and Coach
But-
Bella right there. And now some students and a former Somerville High School football player, Justin Ray, who helped Bob in an arm wrestling match against me.
Unfortunately, his interference cost Bob the match, and
No,
we were victorious.
fortunately it cost him the match. And guess
That's
what? Guess who won, Jay?
Yeah, but you would have beat him anyway.
I
so-
know, I mean, so no question.
Of course, I wasn't there for that.
That's not my fault. That happened at class day.
I understand that. I'm just saying, of course, that the cheap shots occur when I'm not around.
Just having a quick,
We're awaiting the next play here as we switch sides to start the 4th quarter.
See, this time I knew why they were switching sides of the field.
Yeah, after I said it. And Cambridge.
I don't know, Jay.
Punt.
I wasn't into it. I wasn't in my football mode.
The first play of the 4th quarter will be a punt with Somerville leading 12-6. It's 4th down and about 12.
And this game's flying by. Oh,
It is.
did you see that stunt performed by the cheerleader?
Of course I did.
Incredible. It was right on the screen, Jay. So the fans finally got to see it.
Good. So they can see what we're seeing.
Excellent.
Is there a game still going on?
Yes, there is. Watch the game, Jay, not the cheerleaders. Jay,
Ah, what?
that way.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So we'll watch the game.
I can't contain myself sometimes.
I know, Jay. It's all right, though. You're a man. What do you want?
Exactly.
And
And
the
Cambridge-
punt. It's high.
It's
Not going that far, though.
Decent kick, and Somerville's going to let it go and let Cambridge down it.
On about the 50.
What is this? All right,
49,
I got a
I'm sorry.
question. What is this referee throwing?
Huh?
What is he throwing? He continues to throw some white object. It's not
It's
a
a
flag.
white flag.
There is no white flags. The flag is yellow.
No, I think that's his marking flag.
I don't care what it is. Stop throwing it on the field.
I know. It's a new ref. What do you want? A fashion tip. Put some pants on.
Yes. The shorts
Those
just
are very
don't
scary
work.
shorts.
Yes,
They went out with
exactly.
the 80s, like we said, with the 90s commentators. And
And those are pretty much the shorts I would have to wear to work. So
I'm sorry, Jay.
I know. I dread it on a daily basis.
I hope yours aren't that tight, though.
No, they're a little looser than that.
Okay. And Mackey keeps it. Passes back to number 40, Danny Morales.
Although that doesn't quite accent my beautiful behind.
Okay, hey. Oh, hey. Let's not talk about that kind of stuff on the air, Jay.
What? You can appreciate beauty when
No, I don't want to. Back to
Fine.
the game. Nice run. I think they got about maybe 2 yards, 3 yards on that run. As you can hear, maybe in the background, Cambridge's band, which is nowhere as near the size of ours.
Yeah, because ours is.
Not here today. And
Oh,
31 with the run. That's Anderson Rivas.
I'd like to comment on that too.
Hey, I had a question.
Shows the dedication of the band to this team that they're not going to show up for the first home game. Let's get with the program, people. Let's get the band at the first home game. It's something
Come
to
on,
fire
he's
the
alive
crowd
with the
up.
crowd a little.
Let's get on the ball, people. We have a music program for a reason. Get it going. And there's a handoff to
Oh,
Fumble.
no! Somerville recovers. And Somerville recovers. It bounced around a lot.
As
But I
Ballsy comes on the field.
Number 36, Richie Rodriguez made the recovery.
As Brian Ballsy and Mike Canini come on the field for this play. And Richie Rodriguez coming off.
Once again, I want to thank the football mothers for giving us our wonderful Highlander shirts.
Yes, we're very happy to receive them. We'll wear them proudly. And number 40 coming off the field for Somerville now, too.
So, Jay?
Who's number 40, Beau?
Danny Morales.
Okay.
He's going back out there, though.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes?
maybe. Yeah,
What were
there
you
he
saying,
goes.
Beau?
What?
You were saying so, Jay.
Well, I wanted to ask you what you think of this game.
I think it's been an exciting game. It's a close game. It really shouldn't be this close. Somerville should be on top of them by a lot more than they
This
are.
game should be setting the pace for the rest of the season.
Unfortunately, Somerville has not played offensively to the level they should have. Defensively, they've played very well. Save for that first drive, they've played very well. And special teams has performed. Offensively, they've been struggling to pick up yards on short run plays. I think
Yes, they have.
Andrickson's been playing well. He played better last week. And I think
Cambridge may be a better team than Watertown, though.
a lot of it, I think, is part of Rob not being in the game for the second half, too. Because, you know.
But you want to know something, Jay?
There's nothing wrong with having a second-string quarterback, but your team generally practices, your first-team unit practices with the first-string quarterback, and when he's not in there, it may throw the team
First down
off a
for
little
the
bit.
Highlanders.
And
As you saw on your screen.
They're looking to put some insurance on the
Now,
board
Jay,
here.
you know, I'm just, looking up and down the sideline, and I don't even see Rob out there.
He's right there.
Oh, no, there he is. See, that's where the eyesight and, this big old border right here in our booth, blocks it.
That's where your lack of focus blocks it.
Now back to the game.
And we have a timeout Cambridge now, I think.
First down in the fourth quarter, and the ball was on the 47.
And we have another delay in the game. We have a timeout Cambridge.
Actually, the ball's on about the 41, I believe. Once again, the scoreboard. Jay.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
What's wrong, Jay?
We're about to be on TV.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Oh, no, the fans are.
They're viewing the fans.
Why are they viewing? They haven't viewed us all game.
It's all right. And they just showed a quick shot of
I'm starting to
Melvin
be
Dominique.
offended. That's nice, but I'm still offended.
Jay, don't be offended. It's not about us. It's about the team.
It's a little bit about us.
Well, yeah. We're bringing the plays and everything. Even though, I messed most of them up, but
And they said
Morales in motion.
Morales in motion, thank you. And hand off to Rivas. Rivas turns the corner and picks up about 4 yards.
Gets taken down by number 82 for Cambridge, Drew Walker. So, Jay, for some reason, you've lost your energy. Jay? Jay. The players are over there, Jay.
Yeah, I know.
Once again, Jay losing his focus and focusing in on the cheerleaders. Jay? That's
Yes.
very bad, Jay.
Why?
Watch the game.
I am.
Wrong game. Now we're on the line. Morales in motion once again.
And Mackey takes the snap. Hands off, and there's a big push on the line, but Somerville goes nowhere with that one.
Pretty nice run, though. They couldn't really take him down. Took about 4 players to take him down. That was Anderson Rivas with the ball. Jay,
What?
why are you talking?
I'm talking. I was waiting for something to
And
say.
Andrickson's coming out of the game.
We'll see what Somerville does without him in there. That may signify that they're going to attempt a pass here.
That would be nice.
We've seen a couple pass attempts from
Nice
Mackey
little
so
change
far.
up.
One,
Confused Cambridge a little.
we've seen only one interception on
Ballsy
Somerville.
in motion. Hand off to, who was that? Number 28, J.C. Felice. Haven't seen him much in this game today.
No, it was a big factor last season. Haven't seen him much at all this year.
Excellent player, though.
Excellent player, yes, very talented.
Mackey on the
They're gonna
sideline
move the chains. We have a first down.
with Richie Rodriguez. Rodriguez going in.
And Rivas remains on the sidelines.
Hey, he needs a break. Everyone needs a little break.
Yep, even me. I'm going away. All right.
So, Jay,
Yes.
after halftime, looks like, the Somerville stand's got a little more full. People coming in kind of late. Remember,
Yep.
the game starts at 10:30.
And there's some police officers there to protect us from the random little kids that keep coming up to the booth. You see, we appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And remember, kids, they have guns. Anyway,
Oh, my, Jay.
just make people think twice before they come up to the booth during the show.
Jay?
As we mentioned, before the show, after the show, halftime, fine.
I just want to
away from the
apologize
booth
to you
during
little
the show.
kids because Jay's kind of mean right now. Just, Oh, and there's the American flag.
God, I love this country. Oh, say.
No, Jay, that's the beginning of the game.
Huh. Well, they didn't do it, so I have to make up for it.
It's all right.
By the dawn's early light. And the cheerleaders performing for the crowd.
Well, and there they are on your screen.
Yep.
Perfect formation.
Yeah. We're just clowning a little bit about the cheerleaders, but we want to give them a little credit because people usually don't. They, come out in this cold weather to perform for the crowd, and you got to respect that,
Oh, got to.
Anyway, back to the game.
The players also, though.
Oh, very much so. But the players get the
Hand
credit.
off
The
to
cheerleaders
Richie
don't.
Rodriguez, he pops it out.
Pitched it forward, and the
we
referee.
recover.
The referee once again throws the white thing on the field.
I believe number 74 recovers it. And that's John Fusil. There's your Fusil fix. But we can't take anything away from the other Fusils. Rob and John, they're also excellent players.
Oh yes, nobody was saying they weren't.
Let's not leave them in the shadow of their big brother.
Oh, not at all. The difference being they play line mostly, and Jason played
And on your
halfback.
screen, the Cambridge
Fullback.
band. Look how small they are, but they're making some noise.
They're bigger than ours today.
Oh, yeah.
I have to apologize for you fans. I'm being somewhat mean today, but I didn't sleep much. Haven't slept
Yeah,
much
lack
since I
of
started.
sleep. We're just getting back into, football mode.
I started back to school, and I haven't slept much. So,
And Cambridge trying to push it.
They could push it all they want because you know what? This game's on lockdown right about now.
Yeah, we got it. I can't see the time left in the game because
Because you didn't fix the scoreboard right,
it's
meathead.
not my job. MDC needs to get with it. So, Jake,
Yes.
well,
What?
quiet it down. What's up?
Nothing. I'm watching the game. You told me to watch the game. I'm watching the game. First you tell me to watch the game. Don't watch the
Do your
cheerleaders.
job.
So then I watch the game. Now you're telling me I'm not watching the game right.
All right. Number 10 back in for Cambridge as quarterback. Quandell Ballard. No way. Incomplete pass to number 6, Sam Hunter.
So Somerville really has to make this hold here. You don't want to give Cambridge an opportunity, especially it being that they missed that 2-point conversion they went for on the last play. After the last touchdown to make it 12-6, all Cambridge would need to do would be to kick the extra point to take the lead here. So you really don't want to give them that opportunity. You got to hold them here. And it is third down, so this could be the play to do it. And there's the snap. Drops back, looking for
And
somewhere to
he
run,
gets
and he's
hit
going to get nailed by
Bozzi.
Mike Canini.
Followed up by
Oh, Brian Bozzi with the sack there.
and followed up by Richie Rodriguez clubbing
Assisted
him.
by Richie Rodriguez, yes. And that was a big play, and this is going to force another Cambridge punt. Unless, of course, Cambridge is feeling really gutsy. I can't
Jay,
really tell you how much time's left in the game
think
since
they
the
feel
scoreboard's
lucky?
broken. I don't know. Do you think they feel lucky?
Possibly.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Really, Jay? Well, Jay, I think it does matter. And they are.
And there's the
gonna kick it.
punt by Cambridge. And
That's
it's
high.
a very high punt.
And they're going to let Cambridge.
Cambridge will down it.
letting it roll, and there you
To about
go.
the 42.
So someone will take the ball off the 42.
And this is going to be a big play. They not only need to score if they can, obviously, but the key here is to run down time and leave Cambridge without much time to score, should they get the ball back.
I can't see the clock one more time. I will say it. We need the clock fixed. Or we need our own clock.
Yeah, I mean, we should get our own clock, like our own personal scoreboard.
Yeah, but that could be bad.
Why would that be?
Then we'd have to stop it, maybe, slay.
Yeah, you might actually have to press a button.
Maybe you should do it.
Does that require too much motor skills for you?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's your job. You're a button pusher at mobile.
You don't tell me my job, son. Anyway, there's the
31. Anderson Rivas with the run.
And he's got a first down. First down, Somerville, big time play.
Taken down by number 3 for Cambridge, Jerome Elcott.
And the key on that.
So.
And what was the player's name again, Beau?
I don't know, Jay. What number was it? Number 3?
Number 3.
Jerome.
Jerome what?
I don't know. I can't pronounce his last name. Elcott.
No, that's not a T at the end, Beau.
Oh, okay. Well, let's not get into that.
And I didn't see who was running the ball there. But
that was number 28, J.C. Felice with the run.
Felice got absolutely nowhere on that one.
Morales and Bozzi going in. And out comes Richie Rodriguez and J.C. Felice.
And Chris Mackey back in. It's got the play from Coach Gullah.
Yeah, Mackey's been in, Jay.
I said back in after getting the play from Coach
yep.
Gullah.
So, now
it looked like Adam Waters maybe a little confused about the play, went in the core. Mackey told him something and back on the line. And now here's the handoff to Rivas. Picks up about 3 yards.
Brought down at about the 43-yard line.
And we got to be approaching the end of the game. Somerville using the right strategy here, running down the clock. Keep the clock
I
moving.
will find out how much time is left in the game.
Score if you can. All right, he's gone again. Which leaves me in charge, where I should be. And there's the handoff, fumble. Fumble, and looks like Cambridge may have recovered that one. We'll have to wait and see what the officials signal here. Nope, Somerville did recover the fumble, and they will continue to drive on offense. Oh, they moved the chains in the other direction, so it looks like Cambridge recovered the ball, and there was a false announcement on the field.
Well, Jay, even the informant upstairs can't tell, but he said it looks like about 4.5.
But what you just missed was a big play as Somerville fumbled the ball, and Cambridge now has possession.
Oh no. And Somerville...
Perhaps they don't. Somerville gets the ball right back.
Number 37 recovers, Sal Mendoza.
Big time play, Highlanders stepping up and getting that ball right back. And the guys who moved the chains must be getting tired going back and forth, huh?
Back and forth, back and forth. And there we go, with the official on your screen. With those awful shorts.
Very, very awful. Those are like retired old guy in Miami pants.
If you say so, Jay, I mean...
Oh, you ever seen like those commercials where they have all those like...
Yeah, Jay, yes, let's not elaborate on that. Because I'm sure many of our viewers wear those shorts because they're not that bad, just that it's not for our age.
That's fine. So I can say they look like old guy
shorts.
shorts.
Getting pushed. Oh, and Andrickson never went down.
No, but he went back. Way back.
So Mackey going to the sidelines to get the call, to get the play. Number 80 for Somerville going in.
Tony Carrington. And we do have a flag on the play. Yes, we do. Let's see what it is.
Very good. Good.
Please don't do that anymore.
There's a gift for you, Jay.
Thank you.
And Richie Rodriguez going in for number 40, Danny Morales.
Okay, this is bizarre. The referee's standing right in front of his flag. No signal. Here we go. Offsides on Somerville.
Oh, no.
No play. Decline the penalty, I mean. I'm sorry.
Yep, well.
Penalty was declined, and with forward progress, they're going to say Rivas is stopped at about the...
And Mackey's calling for a
47.
timeout. Well, Jay, let's hear some timeout news from you today.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see. For Australia, the clock is counting down with the nation's prestige at stake. What else do we have here? At El Bulli restaurant in Rosas, Spain, the chef Ferran Adria is known for his parade of tiny creative courses.
Interesting, Jay.
In case you didn't know that, yes.
What are these facts from? Could you tell me?
I have no idea.
What paper are you reading?
The New York Times, I believe.
Yep, it's the New York Times for Wednesday, September 15th.
Yep.
So you're reading old news?
Yes. We have... You have a problem with my news?
No.
I don't think so.
Not at all.
So shut up. Now.
And, just coming off, just missing the hurricane.
Yeah, okay. We have a lot of exciting stuff we're going to bring to you this season.
Yeah,
We're going to try. We spent all summer trying to get an answer from Jim and Bob as to when they wanted to do the challenge. We finally pushed them far enough to agree to it. And now we're trying to get them to set a date.
And they're just not setting the date.
These challenges up. They continue to avoid it. But they will not be allowed. They will have to answer to us. I guarantee it will happen. Yes, so they will answer to us at some point. And there you see some of the old retired guys I was talking about earlier.
That wear the shorts?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Also,
they like those shorts, so we can't really criticize
That's fine, because they probably don't like, our style. So.
Yeah, they really probably hate like baggy jeans.
Anyway,
oversized
shut
clothes.
up for a second. I gotta say something. I gotta tell the fans what they need to know.
Do it.
As we mentioned last season, we are starting our own website, and I know a lot of people have been asking us when we're gonna start it up and whatever. It is in the projects. It is in the works. We're setting it up. We have a technician from MIT working on it for us. He will set it up. It'll be one of the best kick rear websites you've ever seen in your life. And we're still working on the finalize. We're still finalizing everything.
Jay, didn't you say our website was supposed to be done in like February?
Yeah, it was, but we hit a snag, and we're working on it.
Oh, okay.
We will. Yep. We will hope. Shut up.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
No, you know what? I don't even want to now. You can finish the game yourself. All right,
forget it. What's the website, Jay? Jay, come back. I'm sorry. Jay, I'm sorry.
You're going to make me cry.
Jay, I'm sorry.
I'm very sensitive today. I'm a very sensitive man.
Don't cry.
And you can hurt my feelings very easily.
Well, Jay, it's okay. I'm sorry.
God.
Jay, don't cry, please. Why don't you give him the Jay and Beau email address?
Anyway, yes. You can email Jay and Beau at tronpb98@aol.com, and we'll get back to you. We've received several fan mail letters from that site, or people who like Jim and Bob like to email us too and get on our case. That's fine too.
BeauDouglas@email.com. That's BeauDouglas. And leave a message there also.
Yep, either one, and we'll try our best to get back to you. And as I was saying, we will hopefully have that website up in the next couple weeks, if not by the end of the season. So you will get your fix of Jay and Beau even in the off season. Yes. And there's the handoff for Mackey.
And I don't know what happened there. Ooh, some hostility on the field. Mackey just pushing the player from Cambridge, number 34, away.
At least their helmets didn't get stuck together this time.
Thank goodness. Well, there was no hostility there. They were just stuck.
Yeah. It was very
that was
amusing,
a classic moment.
Very classic moment. I'd just like to send a quick I told you so to everybody, because I'd like everyone to know that my team, the Miami Dolphins, successfully defeated the Denver Broncos, the defending Super Bowl champs. Everybody doubted me? Well, haha.
Well,
my team, haha.
Oh.
I was right. They were wrong. My team won. Their team lost. All right?
And that's the bottom line, because, Jay said so, right?
I didn't say that.
Well, you have in the past.
That's possible, yes.
To the line.
Yep. There we go.
Mackey at center.
This is, for all intents and purposes, not a very exciting game here. This is basic bruising
Anderson
football.
Rivas, look at the hole.
And as soon as I say that, Rivas busts off a big carry.
I think they got little, like, speakers in their helmets.
Possibly.
They can hear us.
Possibly.
Well, they like to shut us up sometimes.
Sometimes you have to, because we can't seem to shut ourselves up, so.
Well, yeah, that's
And one
the
thing's
truth.
for sure that Jim and Bob
On
can't.
the screen, fourth quarter, Somerville 12, Cambridge 6. And Somerville has possession of the ball.
What should we do after the game, Beau?
I don't know.
Should we talk to Coach Gullah?
Possibly. I wanted to, rough Bob up a little, but he left.
Yeah, he's gone, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, so we'll talk to Coach Gullah.
Okay, we'll go mobile.
But, Jay, guess what?
What's that?
How are we going to be able to tell when the end of the game is, besides the whistles? I mean, we have to go down there before the end.
We'll just wait till everyone's jumping up and down.
Okay. Well, let's see, Jay. And we're waiting now. Mackey getting, as you would say, the orders, the plays. And there's 2 minutes left in the game. Well, a little less. We're just getting, messages.
This is like old times with the telegraph. It's like, he said this, they said that. Thanks, Beau. Beau with his expert opinions.
And out goes Varsity, and in comes Richie Rodriguez.
And a big play here is it's third down and about 3 yards, and Somerville can have a big shot at running the clock here a little more if they can get the first down.
Come on, Somerville. Somerville, why don't you just score one? Just rub it into Cambridge face.
Actually, I take back everything I just said about those shorts.
Why?
Because I just realized Coach Gull is wearing a pair.
No, he isn't. His go down to below his knee.
Oh, okay. All right, then I don't take them back.
All right.
The shorts.
See,
The
Coach
shorts.
Gull is in
There you see
style.
the shorts
He's
the officials
styling.
wearing. Yes. And those are the retired old man in Miami pants right there.
Sometimes, Jay, I don't know about you.
Sometimes I don't know about myself.
So, we're going to try to see. Fourth down. 1 yard to go. Number 83 for Somerville coming in. Wainwright went, and out comes Tony Carrington.
And out goes Brian Bossie, too.
There you go.
And out comes Richie Rodriguez. They're platooning the two.
They're just confusing me today.
And Mackey called back by Coach Gull. Apparently wants to change the play or remind him of something.
Back and forth, back and forth.
And there goes Mackey out onto the field with the play.
Here we go. We're going to go
You know
into
what?
the game.
And there's Danny Morales in motion.
Hand
Mackey
off
with
to
the snap,
Rivas.
hand off to Rivas. So he's going to have the first down.
He got the first down. Very nice.
Looks like he has the first down. Hold on. The Cambridge sideline saying he doesn't.
And we do.
And the
We do.
official
What are you
says he
talking about?
does. There it is. First down Somerville, and the clock will continue to run.
Let's just ignore the Cambridge sideline.
Why not? Even their fans are.
Very nice, Jay. Very nice. No, but all in all, Cambridge isn't that bad of, a town, city. I guess it is.
So says you.
according to Jay.
No, it's all right, I suppose. Nice
But,
place to
Harvard
visit.
Square.
Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Hey, Harvard Square's over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Range.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
What else? I don't know.
Trees.
Trees.
They got trees.
Stores, lots of stores.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, but they got the Cambridge Side Galleria too.
Oh, yeah, they got to get the. Oh, you see, we almost fell with it. But they also have the big old courthouse.
Yeah, they do.
So.
Why are we talking about? What are we? No.
See what you did, Jay? You just got me into some big old conversation. See, I don't shut up.
Anyway, let's get back to the game. We have a flag on the
12
field.
to 6, a flag on the play.
What was the play?
There wasn't a play.
It's going to be a flag on Pat Somerville. I just saw him point to the Somerville side, so.
And Somerville's moving back. It's on the 40.
So
Still
Somerville's
first
still on the Cambridge side of the field, though, so that's where they want to
See
be.
them take advantage of it and score.
Exactly. And they're going to take a knee and end the game here. That's going to do it. And we're about to head down
Go mobile.
to maybe get an interview with Coach Gullah.
We'll definitely do that.
Well, let's wait a few more minutes, Beau,
All right.
before we head all the way down there.
All right, Jay. Well, I'm gonna go mobile right now.
All right, you go. I'll meet you down there. I'm going to call the end of the game.
You can do a little commentary.
I'll call the end of the
down there
game.
because I don't want to cut you off at all.
All right.
So I'm on my way.
All right. Finally. Finally, I got rid of him.
Jay hopefully
He's
will
gone.
be joining me.
He's gone. I'm in charge. Here we go. We're set to go now. Somerville gonna probably take the knee, finish the game off here. Cambridge trying to push real hard, make something happen. And they're gonna take the knee, finish the game off here, and just keep running the clock till it's over. Knowing they got it down now. Theoretically, they should have won by 2 touchdowns because they had one robbed from them and taken away earlier on. But that's neither here nor there. Again, the offense not performing incredibly well. Still some flaws in the system, but then again, a lot of new offense being built here in Somerville. Coach Gullah doing a wonderful job with what he has. And he does have the talent. It's just a matter of getting the cohesiveness together. And once they do that, they'll be a great force. And the field empties as the teams come on to celebrate. Now I got to go down and meet Beau so we can interview Coach Gullah. And we'll rejoin you in a few. Anyway, so they won the game 12-6 today. Some bright spots in the game. The Somerville defense playing very well, holding Cambridge to 1 touchdown in the first quarter. As after that, they scored nothing and basically gained very few yards. And the team heading off the field as they're preparing for a Matanon game. You see Matanon warming up in this back. And now we're being joined by Coach Gullah. Coach, congratulations. Big home win, home opener win.
It was ugly, but it was a win.
Who's your friend?
It's my son, Dante. Look at the TV camera.
Yeah. Wave.
Ooh. Say something.
A little camera shy, I guess. So the first game of this home game of the season, obviously, couple points that you'd obviously want to work on building. The offense seemed a little sluggish at times. Could have gone better, but Andrickson played well.
Yeah, and we just got to cut down on the turnovers and pick up the intensity a little bit. We didn't sustain the intensity.
Defense.
The second half looked like it was a little like they were like a little more low key than the first half because they were more strong in the first half. It looked to me.
Yeah, we actually should have came out more intense in the second half. We did, you know, the opening fumble kind of took the intensity right out of us. We just got to cut down on the turnovers and work on passing the ball just a little bit. I don't think we threw a pass. We threw 1 pass.
The defense played very well, though.
The defense played excellent. Now, we knew coming into the season we would have a good defense. Most of the starters were back.
Yeah, we heard that.
And but the offense we thought would be a little bit more productive than it has been the last couple of weeks. We're going to work on that this week.
Couple more quick questions, real quick. Rob was pulled from the game in the second half. Was that because of the ankle injury we heard about?
Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to start today, and he came to me before the game, said he felt good and he wanted to try to start, and he's a starter, so he gets the shot.
Okay, very brave effort there. And one more quick thing. Did you have any feelings on the calls of the kickoff Cambridge bobble that we ran back that should have been a touchdown?
I mean, no, you know why? You can't advance a punt, and it really didn't touch his leg.
It looked like it from where we were.
I did a good acting job on that one. We almost sold that.
Well, award-winning because even we bought it.
The coach and myself, we practiced during the week on fooling the officials, and we almost got that one. We almost stole that call.
All right, key point of the game. Next week, Malden, any words going into that game?
If we play the way we can play, we should be in every game. You know, that doesn't mean we're going to win every game. We should be in every game.
All right, we appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Congratulations. So I guess we've got our interview, and I guess we're about out of time, so we're going to sign off. And thank you.
See you later.
Have a good one. Thank you, Somerville.
See you next week.
Yeah.